Tiffany's brother Tom. So give him a nice big round of applause, please.
Hi everyone. Hi. I'm Tom, Tiff's younger brother, or hi, or what she likes to promote me as, Boobs. I would like to congratulate the newly wedded couple and thank everyone for coming today, especially from locally and internationally. It's great to see everyone here and it's an honour. And fun fact, it's like the first time I've met some of my relatives from abroad. So, so that's a new start for everyone at this wedding. So that's great. Oh, okay. During our childhood, our parents used to own a fish and chip shop. And while they were working really hard downstairs, Tiffany had to take care of me upstairs, and we were surrounded by food. And Tiffany was very fond of the burger cheese slices, and she couldn't stop taking them and eating them in such odd places around the shop. And she didn't know that Mum knew that she was the culprit. So she kindly asked me, well, not asked, but kindly told me if I didn't take the cheese for her, she won't love me anymore. So, yeah, so I took the cheese. But yeah, just giving the torch to Sam now, so you can take cheese, Tiffany.
I'll give her plenty of cheese.
Yes. Oh, and it's like low-key blackmail, but okay. But yeah, there was another night at the fish and chip shop when there was a commotion downstairs with customers, and Tiffany was so worried for me that she quickly took like a box of Cocoa Pop cereals, and then she led me to the toilet, out of all places, and she locked the door with both of us inside, and it was one of the smallest locks ever, so every little helped. And we didn't want to think about the hydration part either, but that's how much she took care of me upstairs.
Toilet water.
Yes, toilet water.
Yeah.
At least it's natural, all good. But it's okay, the parents were okay. Just letting everyone know. Tiffany loved to sing around the house with her heart, and her voice filled the whole house like a walking jukebox, as such she is. She always kept me on my feet, literally and metaphorically, by chasing me around the house like an obstacle course. But it was good exercise, and it was like a free gym setup, so why not?
Mainly for the cheese.
Yeah.
Mainly for the cheese.
Mainly for the cheese, yeah. Well, yeah, why not? But risk assessment should have been considered. So Mum and Dad had to keep up with our mischiefs. When we were being disciplined, we were trying to run away, see who runs away faster. And Tiffany always got caught because she was always too slow. Tiff, thanks for being the meat shield. There was once a time at Costco when Mum had to shut the whole store to find me and Tiffany because she lost us. but any mother would do that. So while she was trying to find us, which took a few minutes, which must have felt like hours to her, the staff members found me and Tiffany sitting on the floor on the TV aisle section, eating our free samples of food and watching the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie. Yeah, why not? Sam, you would agree with that. When it comes to free food and a good movie, why not?
I love Costco's.
Yes, you do. Sam, I still remember in 2013 when you first came to our house to see the parents for the first time. I thought you were kind, brave, And very brave. And just to see how fast time has flown, we've ended up in this moment right now. So, great. We got off right off the bat too, showing off similar interest in movies and video games. And I knew you and Tiffany were perfect for each other when you were both singing Disney songs across the dinner table. And I was like, wow, they were really made for each other. And I know that Sam likes to pose a lot for photos. And Tiffany always gives him a really odd look. But although Tiffany gives you a really odd look, she honestly loves it. Although her facial expression says otherwise. I am honestly delighted to see both of you enjoy each other's questionable sense of humour too. Tiffany.
Yeah.
No. You're brave, kind, polite, and you always put people ahead of you first. And I'm going to thank you for being the best sister ever. And I couldn't have asked for one better. Sam, you're always like a brother to me, and now you are my brother. I wish you guys a new chapter for a special future in your lives together. And on behalf of the parents and myself, wish you kindness, love, and a graceful future together. I would like to raise a glass for the newlywed couple. Cheers. Next is my cousin Vivian.
I don't know how to follow that actually. That was pretty good. Well done.
Thank you.
So, hi everyone. My name's Vivian. As many of you know, or as many of you don't know, I'm one of Tiffany's many cousins here today. I really wanted to do a funny speech, but I'm not that funny. So, I'll leave the funny to Tiffany. I've known Tiffany since the ripe age of 5 months, that is. But luckily for her, I've been able to grace her life with my presence from the moment she popped into this world. And since then, we've been practically joined at the hip. I don't have a sister, but Tiffany's been my stand-in sister for all these years. We've been incredibly close, and like many sisters, we've had our fair share of fights. As kids, we used to bite each other's heads off at every opportunity. Well, unless you're Tiffany, then she'd be throwing batteries at your head. I'm pretty sure I lost a few brain cells from that. But one of the best things about having a younger sibling is that as the older one, I can boss her around. I'd get her to do my chores, play silly games with me, let me put makeup all over her face. And I'm sure over the many years of growing up together, I've managed to wangle Tiffany to doing a lot of crazy things. But I'm sure she had crazier ideas herself. But that brings us to one thing I truly admire about Tiffany, is that she would never say no. No, we're not doing that, or no, that's boring. At every opportunity, she truly wants me to be happy and let me have my fun. Though knowing Tiffany, I'm sure she was down to do any crazy ideas, so that's not a downfall. Tiffany's always been so selfless, and she would always think and put others before herself. She would always know the right things to say and what not to say. She would appear so unaffected by any criticisms, any negativity, and handle them with complete and utter grace. And as many of you know, she's incredibly easygoing and a massive chatterbox. So Tiffany could go to the restroom, and whilst you're waiting for her, she would have already, 1, made a new friend, 2, learned of her occupation, and 3, managed to find out of Dom's insomniac who lives next door. But joking aside, these are traits I truly admire about Tiffany. Traits I wish I could embody myself, and I'm still learning, and yet she inspires me daily to be the best version of myself. So Tiffany, thank you for always being a pillar of strength in my life. Thank you for being my best friend, and thank you for being nothing less than a sister would be. The sister I never had. And now it's your big day. We've both certainly come a long way from dancing around in Teletubbies in our nappies and onesies. Though, onesies might still make a regular occurrence in Tiffany's daily life. So Sam, you've got a lot to look forward to there. As for Sam, I met Sam around 10 years ago. He was a skinny, quiet, shy boy sitting in the corner of my birthday party. But little did I know, sparks were probably already flying, and now thinking back, he was probably trying to woo Tiffany with all his charms. But even as a young boy, I could always tell Sam was a good kid. He was kind, patient, and thoughtful. And as years went by, I found myself getting more and more acquainted with the boy who just would not let go of my best friend. And just like that, I had suddenly become Tiffany and Sam's official third wheeler. I always remember wondering if there would ever be a guy who was brave enough to tame someone as wild as Tiffany. Brave or crazy, I'm not entirely sure which one. But here he is. I do truly believe that Sam is Tiffany's perfect match. They balance each other out perfectly. And for example, Sam is a very patient guy and always manages to keep Tiffany's boundless amount of energy in check. And Tiffany is strangely contagious. She always manages to bring the weirdness out of Sam. You guys are truly a match made in heaven. All right, it's been a beautiful day, filled with love and from friends and family. Tiff, you look incredibly beautiful today, like a real princess. And it gives me so much joy to know that you've finally found your Prince Charming in Sam, and that today is only the start of your happily ever after. I'm excited to see what the future holds for you both as a couple. Your commitment to each other inspires all of us, because that's what we call true love. And to end with a quote from Dr. Seuss, "We are all a little weird, and life's a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall in mutual weirdness and call it love." So, let's raise our glasses to the beautiful bride and groom. I love you both with all my heart, and I sincerely wish you both a lifetime of love and happiness together, always and forever. Cheers to the weirdest couple I know. Tiffany and Sam.
Oh, it's me, dude.
You're going to live up to that.
Oh, gee. I mean,
both
congratulations
of
to
them.
both of you. That was amazing.
idea.
Might as well just pack it in now.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, you guys. That was amazing. So thank you so much. Wow, this is... It's been a long time coming. Not just because these crazy couple of years that we've all had and all experienced, but just our journey together, coming up from Oxy Infants, all the way through Bushy Manor. I know you've probably heard it way too many times today, but just coming up through school together, we have just genuinely been like the best of friends for so long, and I can't imagine a better person to spend the rest of my life with. But it's funny. We first started dating, 11 years ago? Oh, bugger. that's on the quiz. Everyone forget that. But we started dating an indeterminate amount of years ago. And when we first started dating, I remember Tiffany used to just come into school and she used to basically just give me food parcels. Every day, she'd come in with a little Tupperware box, which I'm pretty sure this lovely woman here made the day before at the Chinese takeaway. And that absolutely won me over. So good job there. Well done. You had a part a lot earlier than you thought you knew. But I think we mostly spoke probably through MSN, which is like the online messenger. We didn't really speak much in person. No. But I remember Tiffany used to just pepper me with questions. I think she was almost like judging me or ranking me. It was like, do you like sports? Yeah. Do you play an instrument? I do. Do you have good social skills? I mean, I must have passed, but somehow. There was one time where I remember Tiffany said, like, she got really deep. She said, do you want to have kids? Do you want to get married? Which, as a 16-year-old, that's very, very heavy. But the next one was, do I want to marry her? Yeah. And I think without hesitation, I said yes. And from that moment, this day has just been coming. We know that from that moment, we've just been building every single day towards this. And I'm so glad that it's finally here. And it may not have been the most romantic of proposals, but I mean, my proposal was, I don't know, was it romantic? We went on a cruise. Yeah, we went on a cruise. Mediterranean, amazing. We had a balcony seat, stars in the sky. It was beautiful. We had wine, strawberries, and I just remember just being so literally like this with the ring box. And I just stacked it on the staircase, and I just thudded to the ground with just such an enormous noise. It probably started rocking the boat, to be honest. But Tiffany just burst out in laughter. So it's like we've had two proposals, but I think they both sum up just what an amazing journey we've had. And it's just been unforgettable. And I'd like to just thank so many people here. First of all, just everyone for coming along. I know a lot of people come from far away, from abroad, or probably 10 minutes down the road, to be honest. But just thank you all so much. And also, thank you so much to like the happy helpers who just put this day together. Just in general, a lot of this day has been sort of DIY. I don't know if you can tell, but it's just been a lot of homemade, and so we've had a lot of help. And I'm really sorry for everyone over the last 2 years who's basically just had to put up with us only talking about this wedding, you know. But you know, genuinely, thank you so much, just for making this day a reality, and it's just been amazing. And also to the lovely bridesmaids, they're all 800 of you, wherever you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, all of you, you've just been amazing, lovely people, and you all look beautiful. So I'd like to raise a toast to the beautiful, lovely, amazing bridesmaids. Thank you so much. But genuinely, thank you. I mean, in all honesty, I think Tiffany probably would have made most of you bridesmaids if she could. If it had been up to her, every single one of you, the guys, the girls, all of you guys, the venue staff, all of you would have been bridesmaids. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It's just been an amazing, amazing journey. And I'd like to also just thank our parents as well. To Dad, I think your just wisdom, your intelligence, your support and encouragement has just made me the person I am, and I'm so thankful to you, and I genuinely want to thank you so much, and Mum as well. You are... Oh, you do. But Mum, you're just so kind and caring, and just the most patient, loveliest people I know. And you're making me tear up now. But please, just genuinely, like, thank you guys so much for being just such amazing parents and passing all of those traits down to me. So thank you for that. And I want to... Not just yet. Hold on, because I want to thank Elaine and I want to thank Richard as well, because you guys have just been so amazing. Like, for accepting me into your guys' family, and not only just me, but also Tiffany as well. Like, all of you have just been so good. Like, I couldn't have asked for a better parents, to be honest. So thank all of you just so much. And to you two as well. For taking me in at such a young age, for putting me up in your home, in your living room. It just meant so much at that time. It was just fantastic, and I can't thank you highly enough, not just for that, but also just for the crazy, wild journey that you led us on. This allowed me to have experiences I just would never have dreamed. And this is where I want to also thank our honorary third wheels, Vivian and Babes. You're the another third wheel. Does that make 4 wheels? But that's a bit weird. But yeah, you're honorary third wheels. But all of you have just made this journey so unforgettable. And I love you all so much for doing that. You're all right. Gracie, I haven't mentioned you, but I love you too. Gracie, honestly, I mentioned Gracie. I mentioned Vivian as well, but Gracie, genuinely, you are a lovely, amazing sister. I couldn't imagine a better sister, honestly. and Tom, as well, this is your turn. But just for being a great friend, just so supportive, and just an amazing person, a questionable role model, but just someone I can always rely on to be there, and we will always... I'm sure your speech is next, so...
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But, you're someone I'll always love and support and argue with for the rest of our days, but thank you so much. But honestly, with all these amazing people that I've just had to thank, no one, I think, has changed my life quite as much as this lady here. Sorry, this lady here. She has genuinely been just one of the most supportive, amazing, and Tom mentioned it earlier, just the most selfless person I've ever known. Just your ability to just help everyone, which to a point where I bet there's so many people here who you've helped out, small or minor or large, whatever it is. Yeah, but you've just been such an amazing person, and I just cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you. But thank you. Whew, that's that. It's on to you. Go, Tom.
Thank you so much, Sam, for doing such a dull, emotionless speech so that mine would look so great in comparison. Whatever scraps I have here are going to be wonderful in comparison no matter what. Can I have a minute to recover? I've tried to introduce myself to a lot of you, but for those who I haven't, I'm Tom and Sam's best man and brother. It was really lovely when he asked me to be his best man, as I wasn't expecting, well, I was expecting it. But it was nice after years of sibling rivalry to finally, for him to admit that I am the best man. Because we were never close, I don't think, growing up. We were very different as kids. Sam was a nightmare as a child. And I don't think many of you will know this. He was mischievous, naughty, He was a menace. At a time when I was this little sweet, polite little kid that wouldn't say boo to a goose, he was the one throwing chairs over the neighbour's fence. Just for no reason, just to cause havoc. He was a nightmare. He was Hercules. Any other? Yeah. Then suddenly I got over my shyness, and as a teenager, and Sam sort of turned into this crippling, shy phase of his life. He didn't look you in the eye. He wouldn't talk to you. He didn't want to go to school. We were really worried for a long time, weren't we? We were worried. And then suddenly, he kind of just snapped out of it. Well, it seemed to me like he snapped out of it. And I think it did seem to correlate with the time he started talking about this girl called Tiffany. Suddenly he wanted to go to school. And I think that obviously Tiffany was a big part of that. And I think for us, that showed how much Tiffany was a big part of who he became. And I think it's a clear sign of the fact that Tiffany is going to be a big part of the man that you're going to become. And I think we're all grateful for that. Over the years, obviously, I said me and Sam were different. We would argue about absolutely anything and everything. Any opinion I had, I would be wrong. Oh, I am? Oh, you want to go? Oh, I didn't think so. Cool, well, in my notes, I have politics. Don't worry, I'm not going to start ranting. Religion. You want to go? I didn't think so. No, any opinion, I would say something, Sam would say I was wrong. Anything we would disagree on. And I don't think that it helped that Sam was a sore loser. And I think that is one of Sam's defining personality traits, because he is the biggest sore loser you will ever meet. The amount of Monopoly boards that have been thrown in the air, the amount of swing ball bats I've had to dodge over the years. I mean, do you remember, what are they called? The cockle shocks. Oh my God, what am I talking about? Badminton. Shuttlecocks, thank you. Oh, here we go. Oh, Tom's cheating. No, Tom's winning. Why was I talking about shuttlecocks? Anyway, the point is we argue. We argue loads, and we always have done. And I think we finally, in the last couple of years, realised why. And it was something that we would have hated to admit a couple of years ago. It's because we're really similar. We have the same outlook and morals and values about so many different things. It's just that we kind of arrive at a different outlook. And I think we've suddenly started to realise that. We've realised that we can have an hour-long discussion about something instead of an argument. Although it may look the same to someone who looks at it. It may look like an argument, but we're just talking. And I think that actually that's something I'm really proud of. I'm really proud that we've managed to sort of overcome that nonsense, because I think that's something that suddenly made us friends as well as just brothers. I think I've grown as I've become an adult, and obviously so have you, and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. But I do think that Tiffany has a lot to be thankful for too. I think she's done wonders for you. And I've lost complete control of my notes. But at some point, Tiffany, I said, I'd written down that you looked beautiful, but that doesn't do any justice. Tiffany, you look gorgeous. You look stunning. And I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of all of our family to say how grateful we are for you for joining us. You are the most hardworking, sweethearted, clever, beautiful girl I've ever known. And I'm so, so grateful that you're in our family. I spoke to Gracie yesterday and we said that we've always felt that you were a sister. And now it's official. You are one of us. Good luck. Just finally, I'd like everyone to be upstanding if they can. And I'd like to raise a toast to the bride and groom. The bride and groom. Woo! Woo!
Oh, good. I've said enough.
I think we're just about done there. So I'll give you a last big round of applause for our speeches this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely brilliant, very emotional. One thing I would like to say on behalf of Tiffany and Sam here is to thank Joe and the whole team here at Essendon Country Club for not only making today, but also the process of coming down here just wonderful. So I know Sam and Tiffany would like to do that as well. It's been a wonderful event here today. So ladies and gentlemen, please thank Joe and all the team here at Essendon Country Club for a fantastic event. We're going to ask you one favour now. We're going to ask you to move upstairs very soon for some coffee and teas. There's also, we're going to be cutting the cake very soon. Oh, yes. We've got the quiz, which Gracie's got to sort out as well. So we'll be taking the quiz sheets off there. If you're not sure about the answers to them, just ask Sam, just off the cuff, and he'll give you the answers. I've probably said most of them. You've probably said most of them. So we will be asking you to make your way, weather permitting, probably to go outside if you want to go outside, and also make your way outside upstairs for the coffee and tea.